Good morning, students. So here I am giving you some basic idea about the curriculum of class 12 for computer science with some introduction to review of basic of the Python programming. So this is the topic, and we can say it is the first lecture for the session because I got some doubts from students what to do in the first unit, that is review of class 11th. So here I am making all the points together in this lecture, that what you guys have to do with the first unit, that is review of basic of Python in class 11, that in the class 12 curriculum. So let's begin with the curriculum details of the first unit as per CBSE guideline. So CBSE curriculum for class 12 in 2020-21, the first unit is programming in Python. So the first unit details I am sharing here with you. The first unit is computational thinking and programming. So computational thinking and programming, this unit carries 40 marks, maximum marks overall. So the first unit, one is programming part. In that, the first point is revision of basic as per class 11. So here we are going to discuss this first point. Then second point is function, all details of functions that we are going to study. The next point is file handling. File handling is another important topic, and after that file handling we will study text file and binary file and CSV files. So after the files we will deal with the recursion program and data structure and some algorithm idea. Here that idea of efficiency, the performance measurement in terms of the number of operations. So that is the algorithm measurement, and the last one is data structure. So that overall conclusion is that the first unit programming practice consists of these seven kind of things. First one is revision of class 11, functions, recursions, file handling, CSV file, data structure and Python library. So first of all, I am going to give you the idea about the first part, that is revision of class 11th. So what should you prepare for that? So revision of class 11th, first point, what kind of questioning will be asked throughout the whole 11th. So I have given some points, like the first kind of questioning that can be asked to you in this part is basic definitions or conceptual problems discussed in the class 11. Some examples also I have kept here, like which one of the following is valid arithmetic operator in Python. Like this kind of questioning can be asked. // question mark, less than and and. Four choices are given, so you have to find out which one is a valid arithmetic operator. You know the answer, it is very simple. Second question also here given, like n is equal to, it is a list, it is a question of list, ABC, 678, 3, mouse. 3 and then 3 options are given. Consider the above list and answer the following: L3, L2 or L1 to 2. These 3 questions are based on list slicing. So you have to practice list slicing. Third kind of questions can be asked on the basis of definition or concept, like difference between mutable and immutable data types. Give examples. So this part is actually simple part. You have to go through the whole syllabus of class 11 and find out some definition type questions, some concept basis problems. Second type of questioning can be asked through 11, that is error finding problems. Here you can see one simple question is given here, error finding questions. In this, a program is written here. See, I am zooming it. A program is written here. X input, enter the value of x. Y input, enter the value of y. For a loop is given here, if and elif, and that's it. So you have to trace it and find out the problems. In the first line you can see x is equal to is missing there. So equal to you have to mention, and after the input all things is clear, so no correction. Y is equal to input. So in the rest other part no correction. 4, in the 4 dash in range. Range is given, column is given, 0 to 10 that is given, but here you need to take a suitable variable for the range like I, that is missing here. So these three, this is one kind of error, this is second kind of error, and second next if you go further, x is equal to y. A column sign is missing, so you have to give column sign. Okay, then statement here print whatever it is, and then after the if there is else, not elif. Then you write the else. This is again, these 4 circles are the errors. Okay, so next kind of question is output finding again. So next another we are having output finding problems like here p is equal to 10, q is equal to 20, some kind of problems you have to find out and underline the problem. Not it is output finding problem. So just execute these line by line and print the output. Here you can see another problem of output finding. For string related, for string slicing related, for list related, dictionary related, some solved programs you have to practice and find the output. This one is important one. You see a text is given here string and you have to perform it with a loop with a suitable conditions are given and you have to find the output. Here I am going to explain this example. Text 1 is a list, is a string. We have stored a string A I S S C E dash 2018. So in memory it is stored like this. So you have to draw it in a vector form and give some gaps. The index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the gap. Here you can see the gap is there. After AISSCE, there is a gap. 201. There is another string that is called text2, but it is blank. It is blank here. So the loop started. I is less than length of text1. Length is the length function which gives total length of the function. That length is 0 to 10 is 11. So the loop will continue for 11 times. So at the first time I is initialized by 0 and then this condition becomes true. Then if you test this condition, then text 1 0. The L is 0. Text 1 I is 0. The 0 this is the character. It is A. So the first condition is if text I greater than equal to 0 and text I less than equal to 9. So if it is a digit, then this condition becomes true. You know that the text 1 0 is not a digit. So this condition becomes false. Then you jump to the elif part, the second condition here. I remains 0. So first condition becomes false. Then you move to the second condition. That is elif text 1 greater than equal to A and text 1 I less than equal to Z. Means if the letter is digit, then first condition becomes true. If the letter is a letter, then this second condition becomes true. If a character is not a digit, not an alphabet, then we will move to the third part, that is else, this part. Okay. So at the first occurrence, the second condition, first condition becomes false, second condition becomes true. So what calculation here is text 2 assigned to text 2 plus. This plus operator, what it does? It joins. So text 2 is null. So null added with the text 1. So the first character A is added with the text 2 and stored back in text 2. So this is called concatenation. So here we are doing concatenation. So this calculation I am writing here, text 2 assigned to text 2, that is null, plus text 1 I is 0. 0 means A. But here I plus 1 we are taking. That means text 1 bracket 1. So that what is 1? What is that location 1? That is I. So 0 plus I, null plus I is equal to I. So it will store in the text 2 I. Instead of A, it will store I. So here first place letter I will be stored. Okay. Now we move on to again the loop continues and I is equal to I plus 1. Then it goes back again, I becomes 1 now. So initially I is 0, now I become 1, so I reach to location 1. It is I again. So the first condition here, if text is greater than or equal to 0, this condition becomes false. Then second condition, it goes to here, the second condition, this condition becomes true because it is a letter, it is an alphabet. So text 1I is a letter. So this condition becomes again true. Then again that same calculation, it affects text 2 plus text 1I plus 1. So I is already 1. Then it takes the next digit, next letter of this string. Then I becomes 2. So text 2 is what? Text 2 is S letter. So it is S. So text 2 is already stored I. Then this concatenation character, what it does? It concatenates the letter I with letter S. Then it stores the string IS in the string text 2. So here text 2 becomes IS. Same calculation. Again then I becomes I plus 1 and it moves back. Again we reach to location I is equals to 2. Then this condition, first condition becomes false, then we move on to the second condition because it is letter. So second condition again it joins the S, next higher character S with the present text 2. What is present text 2? IS. And instead of the second, it takes the third character, that is S. So it combined it. Then ISS is the third. 3 letters combined, concatenated and stored in the text 2. Similarly, it continues the repetition up to this place. Because all these places, the second condition becomes true because all these are letters. So I becomes plus 1 and it takes the next higher character. So when at the location 0, it takes I1, at the location 1, it takes second letter, at the location 2, it takes third letter, at the location 4, it takes another letter, higher letter, and when we reach to this location, it takes the letter E and combine it into text 2. And when it becomes 5, it takes the letter 6. So what at the 6th location? It is blank. So it takes the blank character and store here. When I reach to the position 6, then position 6 means it is a blank space. So first condition becomes false because it is not a digit. Then second condition also it becomes false because it is a letter. then it move to the else part. What is the else? Text 2 plus star. So whatever the letter here is ISSCE, that is the present text 2 situation, and it is added with star. So what it comes in the text 2, that is star. So in this text 2, star will be added. Again we move on to the I becomes I plus 1, and again we move on to the next loop iteration. Then len becomes on 7, I becomes on 7, that is a digit. So the first condition now here we can say the first condition is true now. So what it does? It will convert this into, it will store this into a value and it increase it by 1. Var is equal to var plus 1. So what is the value of for this? Is 2 plus 1 is 3. And what it does? It joins this here value, convert it into string and add into the text 2. So what is the text 2 position till now? That is this. So it will convert 2 to 3 and it will join the 3 into the string with the help of the concatenation operator plus. And again next equation. So we understand the logic here. What is the logic in this loop? The logic is if you get a letter, a number, then number will be incremented and joined in text 2. If you got a digit, then second condition becomes true. So what is the logic? It will take the next digit from the original string and concatenate with the text 2. This is the logic. And if you got any other character, means not a digit, not an alphabet, then what it does? It will join a star mark, concatenate with the text 2. This is the logic actually. So here, when you reach to the 2, it will increment 3 and concatenate it with the original text 2 string. When you reach to the 8th location, that is 0, so it will increment by 1 and joined in text 2. Then when you reach to here 1, it will increment it by plus 1, 2, and 2 will be added here. Same case for 8, that is 9. So same this text 2 string will be the product, final product of this whole calculation. And when you bring text 2, the same output you can see here, it is given, I have given here, this output you will get. Okay, so this is another problem of output finding, and same I am concluding this by saying that this overall 11th standard study that you have done, you go through all the few points what I have given you, like and revising it. First is a conceptual question, definition question, second is error finding question, third is output finding questions, and now some simple exercises like conversion of arithmetic expression, slicing of string and list and tuple operations, dictionary list tuple problems, like some different type of functions we are having with the list, different type of functions with the tuples. That kind of problem you have to understand and solve, that may be asked in this year for revision purpose. Name of the header file given in the inbuilt functions. So 11th standard plus 12th standard, the whole in programming in Python, that whatever the header files we studied and whatever the functions we have studied, that can be asked in this part. Okay, especially in 11th class also, 1 mark question will be asked. They will ask you to write 2 header file names for the given functions. Random function problems. Last year we studied random function also, so that 2-3 examples you have to practice for the random function, that will be definitely asked in the this year calculations. So students, the first question of the 12th board examination will be based on review of class 11th and especially programming in Python. So here I tried to conclude and make a concise notes in that what kind of questioning can be asked to you. So I have given some examples also. So you have to practice all the 11 portion on the basis of these steps. If you go, definitely the first question of review that will carry around 7 to 11 marks, and you will definitely achieve it. Okay. So on this basis, I am ending my lesson and saying that the worksheet 1 and worksheet 2, the basis on the module 1 and module 2, that you have to do in a homework notebook. Okay. Thank you very much.